This video is about a method of programming OpenSCAD which I think solves a lot of issues that I ran into before. So if you're just using the language kind of how it seems to be intended to be used, and you're just using the translate and rotate, and you're just rotating your children, and then you're just doing this as you go, so this is going from the red corner to the green to the blue to the purple and drawing a connector box in between, you can end up in a spot where, like, how would you connect the purple and the red box now? You don't know, because you don't have the positions of these things. There's no way to extract the current transformation, or at least not that I know of. So yeah, you would have to figure out the rotation and the distance between these two things in order to do that, and you just can't do it, or at least I don't know how to do it. Turns out you don't need to. There's a much easier way of programming, well, easier if you're familiar with linear algebra, where you just calculate your point explicitly, and the math is exactly the same. You're just starting off like the initial point has this translate, and then you see point 2 is the point 1 multiplied by this rotation multiplied by this translation, which is the same as if you're starting off at point 1 multiply rotation multiplied by translation. So this also makes the code a lot easier to read, in my opinion, because you can kind of conceptually put these things together. So you can just first work on your corners, then you can work on your connectors, and if you wanted to, say, add a parameter to here, then you could do that, and you can just, you know exactly where all your calling methods are. Or if you go here, your code is spread throughout this, all these scopes. To make this easier, I'm using this library called Bosl, or BOSL. And this is, you can find this on GitHub. And this just contains a bunch of utility functions like matrix for translate to construct this matrix from translation vector. I also wrote just like a few little helpers here, so this isn't 100% of the code. But this is not very significant. These are the sort of things that you would just kind of accumulate if you were using this method. And this will extract a column from the matrix. This is the translation column, and here's the constructs to look at matrix. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Also, you can do other interesting things, because you can kind of evolve your design in ways that are much more flexible. If I want to ignore the rotation on these corners, now I just made them all axis aligned. And this is something that would be extremely difficult or tedious to do here. Yeah, and if you have no idea what linear algebra is, but you think this would definitely help you on your OpenSCAD projects, I would check out the video series on linear algebra by 3 Blue 1 Brown on YouTube. And yeah, it's one of the best video series I've seen on the topic. Anyway, hope this helps somebody.